So we're going to take this lesson and spread it out over a couple of days because I really want to make sure that you can do the first part well before I tack on the math to go with it. So what we're looking at are these things called similar figures. Kind of already hinted at it, but we're basically looking at two of the exact same shape, just of different sizes. So the picture I've got here, you can see a couple of triangles pretty easily and how they're related. I think it's a little bit more obvious in this next one. What I've done here is I've taken this smaller triangle ABC and I've doubled its size. Now, when you do that, the angles themselves stay the same measure. I think I can pick this up, and if you look, that angle at D and the angle at C are exactly the same size. And the same thing with the two angles there at the top and then the two angles there on the right. They're literally the same size. So the angles are going to stay the same measurement, but the sides are going to change. We're basically going to stretch this thing out. So I tried to keep this one really simple, and I just doubled it in size. What I need you guys to be able to do is to pick out the corresponding parts. Now, this is really similar to what we did a couple of units ago when we did congruent triangles, and we're going to use those to help us set up proportions. You've got to be able to look at a picture, actually not even really look at the picture. If you can look at the similarity statement down here, what the statement that says what the two triangles names are, you can use that to help you pick out what parts are congruent if the pictures aren't real obvious. So what I mean by that, if I said, okay, let's focus on this side right here, AB. So AB is similar to or proportional to a side in the other triangle. Now, I kept these triangles turned the same way so it was easy to see. That's not always going to be the case. So just to kind of get your feet wet, this segment AB, the first two letters here, is proportional to DE. So what we'll eventually get to is you'll be able to set those two pieces up in a ratio to help you solve a proportion. And then I just want to run down the line here. AC is similar to DF. And then the last one, BC, is similar to EF. Now, I use the picture, but don't assume you're always going to be able to use the picture. You need to be able to, sometimes the pictures aren't helpful. You need to be able to use the name down here. Again, AB is similar to DE, and then you can pick all those out here. BC, the second two letters are similar to EF. You see where I'm going with this? All right, and then AC was similar to DF. You can use the letters and the names sometimes easier than you can use the picture. Okay, so these next two, I've kind of twisted and turned and hopefully jumbled these up a little bit. Don't worry about the numbers on these, and same on the homework. When you get to the homework, don't worry about the numbers. Pay attention to what I'm asking you in the actual question. I'm going to ask you questions like LK is similar to, JK is similar to, and LJ is similar to. And I want you to be able to fill in these blanks with the right side from the other triangle. Okay? This might even be easier to do without the pictures altogether. So I'm going to use just the name here. LK is going to be similar to BC. Okay, you see I did that? I used the letters over here in the name. Another one, KJ. So the second two letters, the middle and last letter is similar to the middle and last letter here, CD. When we come up with these, when the triangles are named, the names aren't just thrown up there. They're named in a very specific fashion. The first one, the way you name the first triangle doesn't matter. It's the second one that has to match up with the first one. And then last one, LJ, is going to be similar to BD. That's what I'm asking you guys to do. You need to be able to say, oh, this side goes with this side, because what we're ultimately going to do is those are going to be the numerator and the denominator for your proportion. For your ratio that we're going to use in a proportion.